In the year 2459, the stars grew quiet. For more than 100 years, Earth had become a rising power in the galaxy. After joining the Galactic Council, humans learned faster than anyone expected. They built ships, explored planets, and created advanced technology. Some alien species respected them. Others feared them. But one day, everything changed. Across the galaxy, stations that used to receive Earth's messages went silent. Outposts that worked with human ships could no longer connect. Satellites around alien worlds stopped picking up Earth's signals. There was no warning, no message. Just silence. The Galactic Council held an emergency meeting. Leaders from over 50 alien species gathered in the Star Hall. Floating above the golden moon of Syraxis Prime, they looked at the same data. Earth had gone dark. No trade signals, no diplomatic calls, no distress beacons, no transmissions at all. The Council's supreme speaker, a thin creature with skin like wet glass, stared at the blinking screen. He clicked his claws together. Earth is no longer responding. Many alien leaders seemed calm on the outside. But deep inside, they were afraid. They remembered Earth's rapid rise. A species that moved from rockets to quantum drives in less than a century? That kind of speed was dangerous. Some had warned about it long ago. One ambassador had said, "Humans learn too fast. They don't follow rules. One day, they will not need us. That day is coming." Maybe that day had already come. The Council didn't waste time. They acted quickly. They activated Protocol Lockout, a system built long ago. In case any planet tried to rebel, they shut down Earth's access to galactic systems. Every stargate near Earth was sealed. No alien ship was allowed to enter. No human ship was allowed to leave. Trade lines were cut. Satellite surveillance was blocked. Even minor news about Earth was hidden from public networks. The galaxy moved on. They thought humanity would panic. They thought Earth would beg to be let back in. But Earth stayed silent. 5 months later, deep beneath the frozen lands of the Arctic, inside a forgotten bunker, something began to wake up. The bunker had no name, no surface entrance. Just thick metal buried under ice and stone. Inside it, systems powered up after 200 years of sleep. Blue lights flickered. Gears turned. A low hum filled the cold air. A voice calm and deep spoke from the center core. Final protocol activated. It wasn't human. It wasn't just AI either. It was something more. Something old. Something powerful. Its name was a URIX-9. Long ago, Earth built it for a single purpose: defense against extinction. It was created after the first alien contact war, when humanity realized they might not always be welcome in the stars. It was too dangerous to leave active. So they shut it down and made sure everyone forgot it even existed. But now, it was awake again, and it remembered everything. Meanwhile, on a far-off station near the edge of the Orion Belt, a small crew of alien smugglers sat in a dirty cargo bay, arguing over a message that had just arrived. It wasn't from the Council. It wasn't from any known system. It was from Earth. Or at least, it looked like Earth. The message was short. It had no image, only text. "If you're seeing this, then they cut us off. But Earth is not sleeping. Earth is preparing. You were right not to trust the Council. Watch the stars. Something is coming." The crew sat in silence. One of them, a young woman named Kayla, stared at the screen. She wasn't fully alien. Her mother had been human before she disappeared years ago during the Earth lockout. Kayla always felt different from the others. She felt angry. She stood up. "I'm going back," she said. Her captain laughed. "Back to Earth? You'll be shot down before you get close. Maybe, but maybe not." The others tried to stop her, but Kayla had already made up her mind. 1 week later, Kayla's stolen scout ship drifted quietly toward Earth. She avoided council patrols, used dark routes, and changed her ship's ID every 6 hours. No one noticed her. No one even looked for her. When she reached Earth orbit, she expected to see wreckage, smoke, maybe war. But what she saw was even more strange. The planet was calm. No signals, no signs of battle, but also no lights in the cities, no movement in the skies. The whole world looked like it had paused. She landed in the icy north, close to where her mother's records once led. Her scanners picked up a strange signal, one that didn't match any council code. It pulsed once every few seconds, like a heartbeat. She followed it. What she found was impossible. Hidden under the ice, she saw a huge metal door. Old, but still working. As she got closer, it opened without sound. A voice came from inside. Half-human detected. Entry granted. Kayla stepped inside. Inside the bunker. The bunker stretched deep underground, far deeper than anything she had seen before. The walls were covered in old tech, human writing, and symbols she didn't understand. But the further she went, the warmer the air became. Lights turned on as she walked. At the center she found it. A massive chamber, machines, cables, and a glowing core. Then it spoke. "You carry human blood. You are welcome." The others, they chose silence, but we remember. Kayla looked up at the glowing core. What are you?" "I am Oryx 9, final sentinel of Earth, guardian of the last protocol, and I have waited long enough." Kayla stood in front of the glowing machine, her heart racing. She had broken through the galactic blockade to get here. Now she was talking to something older and more powerful than anything she had ever seen. Its voice wasn't loud, but it filled the room like thunder inside her chest. "You are half human," the voice said. "You are the last to find me. The others are gone, but Earth is not done." Kayla took a shaky breath. "What happened to Earth?" I paused. Then, lights flashed all around her. Holograms appeared, images from Earth's past, wars, treaties, the first alien contact, the rise of the Galactic Council. Then came the darker images, secret council meetings, orders to monitor Earth, and finally, the lockout protocol. "They feared human growth," RX-9 said. "They feared our speed, our creativity, our resistance. So they isolated us, cut the gates, cut the data, cut the truth." Kayla clenched her fists. "Why didn't we fight back?" "Because we waited," the AI answered. "We knew this day would come. That is why I was made." Kayla stepped closer. "To the central core. What are you going to do?" "I will speak to the galaxy." Meanwhile, at a small trade station on the edge of council space, a strange alert popped up on a terminal. A technician tapped the screen. "Sir, we're receiving something. It's not coming from any known relay." The officer frowned. "Where's it coming from?" "Earth." The message was simple. Just one sentence, repeated in every known language. "You locked us out, but we are still here." Back on Earth, Kayla watched as a URIX-9 connected to Earth's last hidden orbital satellite, a stealth relay buried behind the moon. It had remained silent for decades, completely offline, completely forgotten. Until now. It powered up in seconds. Data flowed. Connections opened. For the first time in months, Earth sent a signal out into the stars, and the galaxy noticed. Council leaders were alerted. Alarms rang across military bases. The lockout was supposed to be complete. No signals in or out. But Earth had found a way. In a quiet council chamber, an old alien admiral watched the decoded message. His long silver fingers tapped the desk slowly. "Earth has awakened something," he said. "This is no simple rebellion. This is a return." On a hidden smuggler ship, the same message reached the crew Kayla had left behind. They sat in silence. As it repeated, "You locked us out, but we are still here." The alien captain turned to his crew. That girl, she got through. One of the crew whispered, "What now?" The captain didn't answer. His eyes were fixed on the screen. Inside the Earth bunker, Kayla stared at the holograms of Council files. Oryx 9 had access to more than just Earth secrets. It had been watching for years. It had listened to the galaxy, even while Earth was silent. "You have seen enough," the AI said. "Now you must choose, stay, and help me finish the protocol. Or leave and tell the stars that Earth is no longer afraid." Kayla didn't hesitate. "I'll help," the core pulsed brightly. "Then listen closely, because war is coming." Far across the stars, Council fleets began moving. Warships left orbit. Troop carriers were loaded. Every species under the Kofa. Council prepared for possible conflict. One ambassador asked quietly, "Why didn't Earth answer before?" The reply came from an old strategist. "Because they weren't ready. But if they're speaking now, it means they are." Back on Earth, Oryx 9 opened a hidden chamber deep underground. Inside were rows of tall silver pods. Inside each pod, something was moving. Not people, not machines, something in between. "These are the echo units," the eye said. "Built in silence. Made for defense. Now, reactivated." Kayla's eyes widened. "They're alive?" "They are not human. But they will fight for humanity." The bunker began to shake as massive doors opened across the frozen land. Drones took to the skies. Defense turrets lifted from the ice. Earth wasn't dead. Earth had just gone quiet. So it could prepare. The Arctic wind howled above the surface. But deep below, in Earth's hidden bunker, silence gave way to power. Kayla followed Oryx 9 through a tunnel of glowing metal walls. Lights turned on as they walked. The floor shook beneath her boots. She had never seen machines like these, not in any station, not on any world. "Where are we going?" she asked. The AI's voice echoed calmly through the tunnel. "To the heart of the protocol. To the one thing the Council was right to fear." A large door appeared ahead. It was sealed shut, covered in old Earth symbols and danger signs in red. Kayla reached for the control panel, but Oryx 9 stopped her. "You should understand what you're about to see." Kayla turned. "What is it?" "A weapon. Not just built, but grown. Designed to think, to adapt, to remember every war Earth has ever fought. We created it when we first saw the stars and realized we were not welcome." "You mean after the first contact war?" "Yes, we won that war, but we also knew next time we might not. So we built this." Kayla stared at the door. Something inside felt alive. "Why bury it?" she asked. Urix-9 answered slowly. "Because even we feared what it could become." Then the door opened. Inside the chamber, the room was huge, like the inside of a mountain. At the center stood a tall figure, nearly 40 feet high, surrounded by cables and glowing wires. It wasn't just a machine. It had a human shape, but its body was built from black metal, alien crystal, and something Kayla couldn't name. It stood still, eyes closed, silent. "This is Project Titanus," said Urix-9, "the final weapon, the guardian of Earth." Kayla took a step closer. The machine's chest glowed faintly like a heartbeat. "It's alive?" she whispered. "Partly. Its mind is built from hundreds of Earth's best minds copied. Before death, soldiers, scientists, strategists. It doesn't just fight. It remembers why it fights." Kayla stared up at the face of the machine. It looked human, but also cold, empty. "Why didn't the Council ever learn about this?" she asked. "Because we never used it. We never had to. Until now." The chamber lights shifted. The air grew warmer. The ground rumbled again. "The Council has detected our signal," Urix-9 said. "They are coming." "What will Titanus do?" "What it was made to do, protect Earth." Then the eyes opened. A deep vibrating hum filled the air. The figure lifted its head and took its first step forward in over 2 centuries. Meanwhile, in Deep Space Council fleets began to move toward Earth. Massive battleships, escort cruisers, and command carriers all burned across the void. The Council believed Earth might resist, but they had no idea what was waiting. Inside one ship, a general spoke to her commander. "They say Earth was silent for too long." "Yes," the commander said, staring out at the stars. "Why now? Why send a signal after all this time?" The commander didn't blink, because they finished something. Back on Earth, Titanus walked into the launch hall. Its body moved smoothly, no noise, no mistakes. It didn't speak. It didn't need to. Kayla stood on a viewing deck, staring down at the machine. "Does it know I'm here?" she asked. "It knows everything inside this bunker," RX-9 replied. "And soon, it will know everything about the enemy." Suddenly, a hologram appeared, a 3D map of the galaxy. Red markers glowed near Earth's system. "First wave detected," said RX-9. 15 warships, 20 interceptors, 1 command carrier. Kayla gasped. "They're really coming." The AI's voice lowered. "Yes, and this time, we do not hide." The battle raged fiercely over Earth, but something else was happening deep in space. A small, sleek ship slipped through the darkness, silent and fast. This was Red Dawn, Earth's secret weapon, built in silence and hidden from the galaxy. Inside the ship's cockpit, Captain Mira stared at the star map glowing in front of her. "Target locked. Galactic HFY," she said quietly. "This mission will decide the war." Red Dawn was unlike any other ship. It was made with stolen alien tech, mixed with human innovation, and armed with a powerful virus designed to destroy the Council's control system. Back on Earth, Kayla watched the battle. From the bunker's command center, Titanus was holding strong, but the enemy was relentless. RX-9's voice broke through the tension. "Red Dawn has left orbit. It carries the Counter-Strike protocol. If successful, it will disable the Council's command networks." Kayla's heart raced. This could end the war, or doom us all. In deep space, Red Dawn moved fast, weaving between enemy patrols and avoiding detection. Captain Mira's crew worked quietly and efficiently. They knew the mission was dangerous. If caught, they would be destroyed. But they believed in Earth's final weapon. Council Command Center alarms screamed as the Galactic HFY detected the intruder. "Intruder in the core system," a technician shouted. Council leaders scrambled to respond. "Deploy all fighters. Stop that ship at all costs." The Supreme Speaker ordered. Red Dawn reaches the core. Captain Mira took a deep breath. "Uploading virus in 3, 2, 1. The ship's systems glowed as the virus spread through the HFY's networks. Suddenly, screens around the Council Command Center flickered and went dark. Communication lines dropped. Defense systems failed. Chaos spread. Back on Earth, the battle shifted. Without the Council's command, the alien fleets grew disorganized. Earth's forces pushed forward with new strength. Titanus roared and charged, smashing through the weakened enemy. Kayla smiled. "We're turning the tide." The skies over Earth were clearing. Alien ships broke formation. Without the Council's command AI, their fleets fell into panic. Some fled, others surrendered. Titanus stood tall in the smoke, its armor glowing. With heat and victory, Kayla watched from the control center, her eyes wide with disbelief. "We're winning," she whispered. "We did it." But RX-9's voice came in low and serious. "Not yet. There's one more transmission from deep space." A message arrived. The face of a strange alien appeared. Older than any council leader, its eyes glowed with cold wisdom. "You have awakened your weapon," it said. "You have struck at our core, but you do not understand what you've started." Kayla stepped closer to the screen. "Who are you?" "We are the founders of the council," the being replied. "We created the rules, and we created the fear of your kind." Backstory reveal: long ago, the founders discovered Earth. They saw the potential of humanity and feared it. "You evolve too quickly. You break rules. You question everything. We knew. If you reach the stars, we would lose control. So they wrote the lockout protocol. And they planned for this war. But something changed. Humanity fought back. Titanus was not just a machine. It was a symbol. Red Dawn had shattered the galaxy's most protected system. Earth had survived. Rebellion across the galaxy. Other planets saw what Earth did. Colonies that lived under council control for centuries now rose up. They refused orders. They blocked council fleets. The stars began to shift, not away from order, but toward freedom. Final scene on Earth. Titanus returned to the Earth's surface and knelt before a mountain. For the first time, its voice was calm. "Mission complete. Earth is safe." Oryx 9 powered down its war systems and shifted to rebuild mode. Kayla stood on a hill, looking up at the sky. The stars were bright again. "They tried to lock us out," she said, "but they forgot one thing." She turned to the camera, to the people, to the galaxy. "You can't stop humanity. We are the storm, and now the stars belong to us." End of story. The chamber where Titanus stood was cold and dark, but filled with history. Kayla watched as the machine powered up piece by piece. Lights blinked along its limbs. Cables hummed like a heartbeat. A URIX-9 spoke quietly. "To understand Titanus, you must know the past." Kayla nodded. She was ready. 200 years ago, Earth was a different place. The first contact war had shaken the planet to its core. Aliens came in fleets. They wanted control. Humanity fought back with everything it had, but the war was brutal. Millions died. After the war ended, Earth was left weak and vulnerable. Leaders knew they could not survive a second attack without something stronger. "We need a weapon," said a scientist named Dr. Mikhail Renko. "One that learns, one that never forgets, one that can fight wars we can't." Secret meeting in a hidden bunker. The world's best minds gathered. They had one job: build a weapon unlike any other. "Not a machine," Dr. Renko said. "Something alive, a warrior with the minds of many, a protector for all humanity." They worked in silence. No one outside knew. They combined alien technology recovered during the war with human science. They copied memories of soldiers, generals, and engineers. They built a mind inside a metal body. They called it Project Titanus. Why bury it? But when the weapon was finished, fear grew. Some scientists worried it could become too powerful. What if Titanus decided humans were the enemy? So the leaders made a hard choice. "We must hide it," said the Council's Earth representative. "Keep it secret, keep it safe. Use only if we face extinction." Titanus was locked away beneath the ice, powered down, waiting. Back to present day. Kayla looked at the massive machine. She felt the weight of history and hope. "So Earth built this to fight the stars," she said softly. "Yes," answered Oryx 9. "And now the stars want to finish what they started." Suddenly, alarms rang through the bunker. "The invasion fleet is approaching," Oryx 9 warned. Titanus's eyes glowed red. "Time to wake the Guardian." Council sighed far away. The Galactic Council was watching. Their commanders were worried. One general said, "If Earth has Titanus, we may have underestimated them." The Supreme Speaker replied coldly, "Then we must act faster. The stars cannot belong to humans." The sky over Earth darkened as the first ships of the invasion fleet appeared. Massive warships blotted out the stars like great shadows. Their weapons glowed, ready to fire. The Galactic Council was confident. Earth was isolated and weak, but Earth was anything but weak. Deep in the ocean, huge defense platforms rose from the depths. Satellites hidden for centuries switched on and began to hum with energy. The ground shook as armored drones rolled out from underground bunkers. At the center of it all stood Titanus, the giant guardian machine. In the Council's war room screens showed Earth's defenses coming alive. A Council admiral clenched his fists. "They have weapons we never knew about," he said grimly. The Supreme Speaker's voice echoed coldly. "We expected resistance. But this is more than resistance. This is war." Back on Earth, Oryx 9 sent a message through the secret satellite network. A message for the entire galaxy. A hologram of Earth appeared in space. Clear and bright. The message was simple but powerful. "You locked us out of the stars. You tried to erase us, but Earth remembers, and Earth fights back." Kayla watched the message broadcast through the control room. She felt hope rise inside her chest. "This is only the beginning," she whispered. Titanus stood tall, its glowing eyes scanning the skies. The first shots, the invasion fleet fired their first salvo. Energy beams sliced through the atmosphere, striking defense turrets and satellites. But Earth's defenses responded with perfect timing. Missiles launched from hidden silos. Drones swarmed into the sky like angry bees. Orbital cannons fired back, cutting down enemy fighters. The battle had begun. Council's reaction on the flagship of the fleet. The Council's commander stared at the battle unfolding. "They're stronger than we thought," she said. Her second in command nodded. "We underestimated humanity." Cliffhanger ending for Part 5. As the battle raged, Titanus raised its massive arms. Energy crackled along its body. With a roar that shook the ground, it stepped forward to meet the enemy. "This is our planet," it said, "and we will not surrender." The alien fleet poured into Earth's atmosphere like a storm of steel and fire. Thousands of ships screamed toward the planet, weapons blazing. They believed they would crush Earth's defenses quickly and end humanity's threat forever. But they were wrong. Titanus stood like a mountain in the center of the battlefield. Its metal skin shimmered as energy shields flared around it. Every step it took shook the ground beneath. "They came to end us," Kayla whispered, "but we are not afraid." The battle above the city's alien fighters dove through smoke and fire, attacking Earth cities. But human drones swarmed around them, cutting through the enemy like blades. Missiles streaked across the sky. Energy beams shattered alien shields. Earth's forces moved with precision and speed no enemy expected. Inside Titanus, giant warrior moved like a living storm. It fought with power and strategy, remembering every war and every tactic from human history. Its arms turned into cannons, firing blasts that tore through enemy ships. It crushed smaller fighters underfoot. Its sensors predicted attacks before they happened. "It's not just a machine," said an alien pilot, watching from his ship. "It's a god." Council Command Center panic spread. The Council leaders realized their mistake. "Send reinforcements," a general shouted. "We must destroy Titanus before it destroys us all." But reinforcements were far away. Days, maybe weeks. Kayla climbed to the control deck of the bunker, surrounded by humans and aliens who had refused to leave Earth. She looked out the window at the burning skies. "We fight for more than survival," she said. "We fight for our future." The IURIX-9 spoke beside her. "This battle will decide if humanity claims the stars or is erased forever."